We have just arrived in Greece.
Literally off the plane.
Just off the plane. Our hotel room wasn't ready, so we thought we would trek half an hour to the Acropolis. Not that I'm geeking out and super excited in the slightest. Yeah.
Is that some marble or is it stone or is that just stone?
No, it is marble, but it's had acid erosion for 2,500 years. So it's gonna look like that. Its facing will have been taken off. Ah, the Parthenon at sunrise. So I don't know if you can see up at the top, you can see some of the remains of some of the murals. So this part of the original frieze, but actually to the inside, like the columns on the inside, those also suspended another frieze, and a lot of this is what is in the London Museum. Part of the Elgin Marble collection. So you can see up towards some of the metopes that have the centaurs on them. So the Persian war was like represented with humans versus centaurs. It's quite cool. So you can see some of the fragments that are left. So down at the temple of Poseidon and Erechtheion, and other Attic deities, as it said. It was a bit vague. I'm super glad we were the first ones in, because it's been like 15 minutes and it's crawling with people already. Currently going around the base of the Acropolis, down towards the Dionysian Theatre, and I'm hunting for the Temple of Eros. We have been doing our loop of the Parthenon. We've come to this part here, which is the shrine to Eros and Aphrodite. Haven't had any luck in finding the shrine sort of votive to Eros and Eros, which is like the thwarted love one that I spoke about in my post. But I wonder if it's been salvaged and taken to a museum, and there's some of these plaques, see little squares, are actually what's left of some of like the votive tablets. So as a dedication to love, we're going to put a little spire of our own. As views from the hotel go, this isn't too shabby. It's right out towards the Acropolis from the hotel. Quite amazing. And the pool, which hopefully we'll get in tomorrow, looks very enticing. We are on day 4 for our time in Greece. Obviously the last couple of days we've been teaching workshops at Hot Yoga by Niko Geo, which I think went well.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, like people of all kind of ages, yoga styles and abilities there, which is great.
Yeah, I mean Saturday was really well attended, and then where we kind of went into like the anatomy of different things. Then Sunday was inversions and arm balances. But it was good to be able to see some people who like really struggled with movement and different pain things on Saturday then suddenly be a lot more receptive on the Sunday. So that was really great to see that kind of transformation almost within 24 hours. We went out for food last night, we were just shattered. So today we are on our last day, we've got till 6 p.m. So we are heading off to the Acropolis Museum just now, because while it's wonderful for Alan to see the ruins, I think it needs a little bit more cultural context.
You can tell me a lot, but it'd be nice to actually
I think, but also to show you artifacts. I mean, I can talk about it until I'm blue in the face, but the artifacts will give you a different story.
Yeah.
So we're on our way there just now, and we'll see what else we do today, and we've got till 6 p.m.
Let's go.
We have currently been waiting in this hell of a queue for about 30 minutes. We should have gotten here earlier, like really early. That's my favorite. That way. We've spent the last couple of hours in the museum. It's actually really amazing to see some of the reliefs that actually I've studied about for years, like the frieze, the metope, the sort of pediments. Those things I didn't get to see the last time that we visited because this museum didn't exist. I've seen some of it in the British Museum in London, but it's not quite the same as seeing like, the replicas and the restoration work in there. How is it for you, man?
Great. Man of few words.
Man of few words. I'm glad it was great. Just leaving the prison of Socrates, just a little short walk from the Acropolis Museum, and then we're on our way to the ancient Agora, which is just through this next bit of parkland. Retracing steps I did a long time ago. Oh, thank you. We're heading to the Agora, and I think Temple of Hephaestus, if I can get us there. Ah, we want to go this way. Oh, look at the grapevines. So we just come down from the Areopagus to the Roman Agora. We're going to keep going towards the temple. The rain is just starting. We just paid for admission to the Agora and some of the other archaeological sites, realizing we probably should have used our ticket when we did the Acropolis to come down here and do all this stuff. We're currently on the little mini hike up to the Temple of Hephaestus. So, Hephaestus, you club-footed divinity, we're coming for you. Around, see through to like the 460 BC temple to Hephaestus. It's quite amazing. And the view down towards some of the more Roman settlements just below the Acropolis. So Hephaestus is actually one of my favourites. So the Latinized version of him is Vulcan. So obviously all things volcanic and vulcanized is his domain. He also was kicked out of Olympus when he was born, the firstborn of Hera and Zeus, because he was malshapen. He's managed to survive and come back, created a golden throne that trapped Hera, and managed to win the hand of Aphrodite as a reward for freeing her, even though he put her in there in the first place. So in that way, he's always had a bit of respect for his mischief and his creativity. I spotted this guy from up there and I said, this is going to be a Roman emperor for sure, and it is Emperor Hadrian. So you can see there, just on the abdomen, there's the wolf with the two twins underneath. That is the wolves Romulus and Remus. But they're borrowing some of the Greek, just like Hadrian would do, with the owl and the serpent, which is like the patron animals of Athena. I can only assume that'll be Athena in the middle, standing as wisdom on top of the back of Rome. So it's a very political statement. We're in heaven. Strawberry cheesecake. So we just came from Hadrian's library and walking down towards the National Gardens. Just casual, just put up like a huge gorgeous piece of stonework as your front door. That sounds fine. Hoping you can see it in the distance. We realised we didn't actually have time to go and visit the National Gardens. But actually what we ended up walking past is the temple of Olympian Zeus. So because we're only got like 20 minutes before we need to go and get a cab to the airport, I'm going to just like curl around and show you as we walk past. We'll sneak a peek. There, just in the middle, is the remains of the temple of Olympian Zeus. That's us all back on the flight, ready to go back to Edinburgh and then back to Dundee.
Happy driving.
You driving. I will be blissfully, maybe not blissfully, thanks to the screamer, but we'll get home and we'll see our dogs and life shall resume.
That's normal.